L.H.O.H.Q. Greetings. I'm Zach Ray, and I'd like to know what keeps you up at night. And I can tell you right now, with absolute certainty, that L.H.O.H.Q, the most dangerous rabbit hole on the internet, by Blame It on George, is definitely something that's gonna keep me up at night today. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Creepy.
In 2017, a user named Michael84 posted on Votes about a creepy website he discovered. The post.
Okay, let's see. Oh, damn! Didn't mean to do that. Jesus, I'm already messing this up.
And reads as follows: I was using Google to search for James A. Corp, as it is part of JA's, or James Alefantis' email address, jamesacorp@gmail.com.
What the hell's up with the Pizzagate Reddit?
Very weird site full of email addresses and a disturbing picture.
Not creepy at all.
Check it out for yourself. When I open the site on my mobile, it wants to download something and open it with Google Play. Haven't done that yet. I changed the URL to this. That's even weirder. Although the post was quickly deleted, those who were able to see it were exposed to one of the strangest and potentially most dangerous rabbit holes on the internet. This is L.H.O.H.Q.
What is that? What is happening? What is happening? I feel like my mind is going to be under control.
Before we can dive into this strange website, understand that some of the pages contain bright flashing colors, nudity, and even talks of MK Ultra and mind control. I'm going to be censoring a lot of that in this video. But if you choose to visit the site, you have been warned.
I will live vicariously through this video. Thank you very much. Not putting any of that malware on my computer. No thanks.
When you first visit
Laughing Horse's Orifice.
Everything seems to be pretty normal at first.
What? That's normal?
There's no flashing lights or disturbing images. And we learned that L.H.O.H.Q stands for Laughing Horse's Orifice Headquarters. However,
I'm confused already. What's funny about a horse's orifice?
An image of a very
Explain it to me.
Acts of embryo. Owners of a local ballot to sources acting.
What?
HQW gibberish.
That literally looks like a child.
I have no idea what this is trying to say. And before you ask, I tried putting the gibberish through the Caesar cipher, but nothing came up.
Huh. Okay, a little suspicious.
Leads to this page.
A little suspicious.
This website contains even more text that's either hard to interpret or even secretly hidden. What's odd is that
what y'all hiding?
And every block of text leads to a page containing a video. As I stated earlier, I'll be editing out some of the flashing lights. But this video does. I'm gonna edit
out the flashing lights, but I'm still gonna allow your minds to be subjected to control.
But if you're not a fan of stuff like that,
thanks, George.
You just skip to here. All right.
Now I ain't skipping because I know.
The message is not part of and registered in your subconscious mind.
Oh, I can feel it tingling. What is
it? Or think. That's your key phrase. It will trigger the entire message without you being aware of it.
No.
It will signal your subconscious mind.
No, you won't.
A message. The subconscious will listen in its
What in the Clockwork Orange is this?
Pull your wallet out of your pants and pray feminist dupes of the conspiracy charge that not enough members are women. Bob would agree to that. Indeed,
Who's
he would
Bob?
say there will never be enough women. But at least the ones we have are all woman. And Bob is all man. The James Bond of Zen masters. The most dashing religious leader.
Is this like some weird, like, subconscious transphobia or something? Man is man and woman is woman. There can be no other. If you fuck man as man, you die as bitch.
In the beginning of the video. Towards the end, I began asking myself, who is Bob?
Thank you.
And why does this video seem to regard him as some type of god? I thought this was the lead, but as some of you may have guessed by now,
Illuminati AF.
The Church of the Subgenius, a popular parody religion in the counterculture scene. According to one Reddit user, the religion combines theology, conspiracy theory, subversion of middle class, and mainstream values, inherently becoming somewhat bizarre. The Church of the Subgenius actually has nothing to do with L.H.O.H.Q.
I mean, it sounds like it's a little linked, maybe.
In fact, you can find a handful of videos on L.H.O.H.Q. Some that seem to critique or even mock events like 9/11. Others that appear to be quite old. And some are art pieces. All without any form of accreditation besides L.H.O.H.Q. Therefore, it's likely that the creators behind these videos are also behind L.H.O.H.Q. The only problem is that no one seems to know who these actors are, but more on that in a moment.
There's more?
Scattered throughout their web pages, and there are a lot of them, are various documents, images, and references to U.S. politics and conspiracies. I'm into conspiracies, but I can't make out what some of this info is.
I mean, whoa.
Over the years, L.H.O.H.Q. has periodically popped up on 4chan boards and Reddit threads.
I've
Usually
never heard of it
asking
before.
What the hell this website is. Some users believe it to be hiding illicit material that can only be attained by clicking through the correct path of links. Others say it's some sort of mind control experiment or simply a honeypot for the FBI.
Boy.
Reddit user Web of Slime claims that the site contains information that, if reported on, would bring the US government to a halt, but states that you need the brains to do so. And of course, there are those who believe it to be an ARG. Before long, a collection of around 200 pages were gathered by 4chan users, though some claim that the total number of pages are in the thousands.
I mean, if it's been around for a long time, I can see how that's possible. But, like, if these pages are, like, truly dangerous, how are they not able to be getting rid of eventually, and they're just able to live on the internet for all this time? But yet my shit gets taken down for TikTok.
Let's talk about what's probably the most well-known thing about L.H.O.H.Q. The leaks.
That's fucking scary.
Pages, you'll find the emails, phone numbers, and
bro, who is that?
Of many people who I'm assuming are all politicians, considering that both Bill and Hillary Clinton's information can be found. What is
this?
I want to remind everybody that there could very well be some serious consequences in contacting the people involved.
I think this is controlling my mind.
Doing so.
What is
I'm just
this?
here to take you on the journey I went through while exploring this website. The first of these pages shows an eerily young-looking woman smiling and dancing in front of a background comprised of several people's contact information.
Oh my
God! There are
god!
two options: click here and don't click here.
So does that mean you click don't click here?
I decided to go on click here.
You're actually doing this?
Which led me to a
You're
page with
nuts.
a robot lady with a baby doll. There's more contact information on the background of the page, as well as an image of former president of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak. And this page is quite long.
More important question, does this site reveal that Tupac is still
I'm
alive?
not sure what to say about
we
it.
need to know.
It's pretty creepy. Keep in mind that the lights are flashing and there's even music.
Okay, so what's in the music?
By clicking on almost anywhere, you are then led to a page that I can't even show. Just know that it contains a lot of images of sex dolls, both on the page and in the background, and even more contact information below it.
Ugh, gross.
The fourth and final page is the Don't Click Here option. If you decide to click on there, you get a listing of more politicians, including current President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, featuring phone numbers,
this was from
emails,
2020.
and addresses, accompanied by a map.
So it's just a
It appears
doxing
as though
website
that,
for
unlike the other pages,
high-powered people?
This page simply contains screenshots from Intellius Premier, a public service that lets you perform background checks on people, including date of birth, relatives, and even past addresses and employment history. So it's not like this is all super confidential or anything.
What's the intention behind this?
Whoever's behind L.H.O.H.Q must have spent a lot of time collecting everything.
I mean, fucking clearly.
Or maybe he didn't.
Leaks.
While showing this website to a friend, we noticed something odd. A lot of the information has auto-added or phone uncategorized in parentheses, meaning that a good portion of this data, if not all, could have been simply gathered by a bot. The only question now is, where did the data come from?
Right.
Well, the images on the Intellius Premier page make it clear that this was taken in 2016, which is roughly around the time WikiLeaks was publishing all those leaked emails. It's likely that whoever created these particular pages did so when the WikiLeaks email scandal was happening, through maybe the use of a bot. As the final noun.
So is it just kind of like their way of preserving everything? Because it's hard to find on that site?
It's September 11th, 2016. What's interesting to note is that one 4chan user was able to find the very first mention of L.H.O.H.Q from way back in 2007.
Really?
On a forum post from AboveTopSecret.com, a user known as Alex M posted this message.
I was waiting for it to be like Alex
Today,
Jones.
While walking down the street with friends, I discovered a sheet of paper with a strange symbol on it taped to the side of a small billboard. For whatever reason, it struck me as extremely weird, so I pocketed it with the hope of discovering what it meant.
Of
Is it a
course.
riddle? Just a symbol? I have no idea, but hopefully someone here will recognize something from it.
Curious minds,
Here's a
man.
picture of the symbol.
Curious
On the
minds
bottom of
get
the
you in
hexagon
trouble.
Is a cobra inside of a circle. In the center of the pentagon maze is an eye. Around the outside of the hexagon are the letters H, Q, L, H, and O in that order. Has anyone ever seen anything like this?
I sure
guess what
haven't.
strikes me most, beyond the fact that
It's the
it is weird as
Illuminati
hell,
eye, yeah.
is the creepy eye in the center. Reminds me of the Illuminati eye.
Yup.
On a semi-related note, I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Stop it! That is so close to
Although
me.
the links are now broken and don't lead to anything, this is what I believe the symbol was, despite it not having a cobra inside of a circle.
Stop.
We see a pentagon containing a maze with the Eye of Horus in the center, surrounded by a hexagon with the letters L.H.O.H.Q on the outside. Commenters on the forum post tried coming up with theories, and one user posted an old L.H.O.H.Q page that is only accessible through the Wayback Machine. I think I found your answer. In Milwaukee, there is an organization called Laughing Horses Orifice Headquarters, L.H.O.H.Q, starting from L at the top. Not sure what they're into, but they seem kinda out there.
You think?
Found a couple of websites.
No, they're completely of sound
Some
mind.
MySpace pages as well. The second link posted by this user is very much still active, as it seems to have last been updated on April 13th, 2020.
How did I not
This seems to
hear
just be
about
a
this
copy
back in the
paste of
MySpace
the policy
days?
rules from MLP poll, which is an odd combination of the MLP board and the politically incorrect board. Getting back to Alex's post, the most notable thing about it is the fact that the OP mentioned Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This location could be the possible birthplace of L.H.O.H.Q.
That's terrifying.
Otherwise, how else would their symbol on a piece of paper end up being taped to a billboard there? Unless they did it personally.
I'm sufficiently terrified because that is way too close to home for me. I mean, granted, this was 2 years ago at this point, but it still stands. I'm sufficiently creeped out. Dimitri Myaskovsky. Who are you?
Let's head back to the main page.
This fucking
You might have
page
noticed
again.
these 4 seemingly useful links.
Contact.
Advertising, products, about, and contact. Advertising leads to a seemingly endless stream of documents and one video. I haven't gone through it all, but there's a lot of them. It could make up the bulk of the 200 plus pages on the site. Products contain most, but not all of the videos. About, which I thought could contain information about L.H.O.H.Q, but all it says is, Laughing Horse's Orifice is dedicated to the highest possible quality product. Our standards of excellence always involve our vision to grow our product going forward.
Why does the picture of that desk seem so much creepier than it is?
Top priority. And then it repeats. The links on the side lead to a rabbit hole of other pages with flashing lights and nudity. And finally, contact, which lets users post whatever comment they want.
What?
On some of the pages containing a video, there is a link that says Photo by DM. Clicking on it leads to a blog post page belonging to a person called Dimitri Myaskovsky. The page is apparently in Indonesian.
Dude, I hope you're using a
Translate,
VPN.
and is empty. However, a quick Google search will lead you to some of Dimitri's art on WordPress and Flickr. I can't show a lot of his work on this video because there's also a lot of nudity, but on the bottom of his WordPress page are a set of links that he shared, one of which being L.H.O.H.Q.
Winning the future
Furthermore,
blindfolded.
on his Flickr page, he makes mention of the Milwaukee River in Wisconsin.
Stop.
This seemed promising, so I sent Dimitri an email
bringing it
asking
back
for
to
any information
Milwaukee.
at my L.H.O.H.Q, but I haven't gotten a response. It's unknown if Dimitri was directly involved with Laughing
Nibble
Horse's
waterers
Horses,
for
or if he
hogs.
was simply commissioned to take photos or
What?
do some of the art for the site.
Is that like
Finally,
real
his
plumbing?
Flickr page was created
Terminology.
in January of 2007, a few months before their logo was discovered and posted on About Top Secret by Alex M.
Probably
All this
Alex
seems to imply
Jones.
that L.H.O.H.Q
Let's be
is
honest.
some sort of artistic project, potentially created by a person who is deeply interested in politics and conspiracies. So much so that this person has created pages and pages of information, videos, and documents as like a database or a collection of some kind.
I don't know if it's
That could
necessarily
explain why
an
the bot
art
video was there,
project.
as it does mention mind control in the beginning.
That's what freaks me out. This whole fucking MK Ultra shit.
There's one last person of interest to talk about before closing our exploration. A person that I think clears up the air quite a bit. Through some sleuthing, I came across film director and photographer Mark Escribano. By navigating through his website, I was able to find some of his work. Eventually, I was led
That
to his
doesn't look
Vimeo
creepy
page,
at all.
where a lot of his short films were uploaded. It seemed like a lot of them had that silent era vintage look. After some scrolling, I came across this. This is Space Girl, First Time in the Farm, by L.H.O.H.Q.
Oh no.
The video was uploaded in 2013, and the description reads, Short film by L.H.O., made for a 24-hour competition. I decided to investigate further, and according to Mark's LinkedIn page, he studied at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Here we go.
from
Keep it
2000
up.
to 2006,
Keep it up,
before
George.
relocating to his current location in Los Angeles. Assuming this film festival was in Milwaukee,
At least we know
Wisconsin,
what he looks
we
like,
were able
and
to
it's
find
not
this,
that secretive as to
courtesy
who
of the
he
Wayback
is.
Machine, a 24-hour film contest that took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on July of 2007. Now, I couldn't find a page that directly stated that L.H.O.H.Q was a contestant in this competition, but I'm willing to bet that this was the festival where Space Girl was submitted. I'm also willing to bet that the piece of paper that Alex M found was meant to be as a sort of advertisement or marketing stuff for their films. What's strange is that the films on Mark's Vimeo page actually include credits. Take Space Girl, for example. In the beginning of the Vimeo version, we see a title card with some of the names of the cast involved. The L.H.O.H.Q version, on the other hand, starts with a shot of a horse's behind.
Boy,
the ending of the film on Vimeo
no.
includes a complete list of the cast and crew, and even the year. The L.H.O.H.Q version instead just shows the name of the film and their abbreviations. This made me wonder, why were their names cut from this version of the film? If it was for privacy reasons,
they're no longer
the Vimeo
living.
Version, the one with credits, exists. It's not just Space Girl either. Another LHO film called The Pond is on Mark's Vimeo page, and that one has credits in the beginning, whereas the L.H.O.H.Q version does not. You can spend hours looking through the various documents and pages on L.H.O.H.Q.
No thanks.
And who knows? Maybe there is something nefarious in there.
Maybe?
In that case, take this video as a sort of introduction to L.H.O.H.Q.
However, it's my beginning, middle, and end, George.
I believe these to be intentionally bizarre as a marketing ploy for their films. After all, it's almost the first thing you'll find when visiting these sites.
I don't think it would be that as a hub for sensitive data. That's more believable, yeah.
Net art, which was popular in the 90s and 2000s.
Sure, but for
all
what
I know
reason?
For sure is that L.H.O. started out as a group of filmmakers from Wisconsin who now run a series of bizarre and potentially dangerous websites that keep getting brought up from time to time. Maybe it's something. It might all just be nothing.
Might. I don't like your lack of confidence in your answer there. Might. How about, nah, it's totally fine. It's all good. Leftovers. Okay.
There's a few things worth mentioning before we end things off. L.H.O.H.Q. is one letter away from L.H.O.H.Q., a piece of art by Marcel Duchamp. The art is simply a postcard of the famous Mona Lisa, but with a mustache and goatee sketched on it, almost like a crude parody. I'm not an expert on Marcel by any means, but his movement, the Deism, was supposedly anti-mainstream and challenged the idea of what art is through his avant-garde works. It's then possible that L.H.O.H.Q. is simply embracing this movement.
I could see
the
that.
The official email on their site that we mentioned
earlier,
but
that, to me, that would be more of a mask for what the true intention is.
This channel has been around for quite a few years and has uploaded several bizarre videos.
I bet you if I went there now, it would have so many more followers and subscribers. I wouldn't be able to subscribe. I'd be too fucking scared. I don't want to be on any of their radars. No, thank you. I just want to stay blissfully ignorant in my little space.
A blog exists by a user known as American
and
Jones.
that's it.
He's been around since 2005, and he lists his L.H.O.H.Q. as one of his blogs.
Encrypted Communications Office.
Politics and conflicts during Bush's and Obama's presidency. His last post was on November 9th, 2016.
Stop.
The day Donald Trump was elected President of the United States. His post was simply titled, Done. And it reads, Welcome to the New World Order. Can't say I'm surprised.
Boy, you better stop.
Finally, it seems as if L.H.O.H.Q. has a sister site called Applied Chaos Dynamics Control Association, or ACDCA. The two sites appear to share a page that we mentioned earlier in the video, LHOHQ.AppliedChaosDynamicsControlAssociation.net. If you head to ACDCA, you'll find an archive of articles and papers on history, dimensions, quantum science, and other complicated topics. Clearance provided courtesy of L.H.O.H.Q.
Who are
What's
you?
weird is that the people involved in this don't seem to exist.
They're all gone.
Ambrose
I'm telling you.
Polis, for example. His LinkedIn page says he's an associate at ACDCA and that he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Take a look at his profile picture. It's a
Photoshopped.
smeared photo of Michael Chertoff, then second United States Secretary of Homeland Security under President Bush. Here's another paper, this time researched by Dagwood Engelberg and edited by Bentley Pathailo.
I'm right there with you.
He's a consultant at ACDCA and that he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. His profile photo is a smeared version of Jesse Jackson Jr. Bentley's LinkedIn page says he's currently an associate at ACDCA and that he worked for L.H.O.H.Q.
This is literally an elaborate creation. There's so much intention. This is literally not performance art.
A photographer from California who has nothing to do with this.
Or does he? I don't believe nobody at this point.
And what's going on in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Yeah, let's focus on New Mexico. Let's stay away from thinking about what's up with Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay? New Mexico is much farther from me. I mean, so I didn't fully get to understand L.H.O.H.Q, but I know enough to know that I will never visit that site. I'm not interested in diving deep into all of these highly secretive documents. I know. No, I'm not. My mind will not be allowed to be controlled. I will take the blue pill, damn it, and I will run away, stay blissfully ignorant in my little screen right here. And I will just watch from afar and treat it as entertainment. But anyway, let me know down below what y'all think of L.H.O.H.Q. Do you know any more about it? Do you have any other conspiracies that interest you that you would like me to dive down deep into? And another thing, you can also let me know is what keeps you up at night. Later. Thank you for watching another Zach Like Jack video. If you liked any of this and you liked any of that, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and the subscribies down there, and you know, we'll have a little more fun later. Am I auditioning to be the Joker? I have no idea.